How's it? Today is Friday, December 26th. It is Big Friday, and today is the ninth Friday in a row of me doing 95 and 120, is what I would have said if today went the way I wanted it to. Um, last week was a bit of a struggle. The pain in my lower back was quite substantial, and today was much, 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 much worse. Can you believe that? I can believe that. Um, the only reason why I pushed for today was because this is the last Friday of 2025. And for me, I think I might have talked about it earlier in the week, but it's like if I have the kind of final lift of the year be lame, I don't know. I feel like I just get sad, and I didn't feel like I didn't do the things that I wanted to do over the year, especially if I haven't hit a PR, which I don't feel like I hit a meaningful PR this year. There are definitely some accessory stuff that I did that was PR worthy, if not actual PRs. But yeah, today was not the greatest. I guess on Wednesday I also didn't video anything because I didn't really lift on Wednesday. I did just my kind of lumbar rehab type stuff because when I went into the gym, for some reason there was like a million people there. I don't know why. It was Christmas Eve, man. Like, come on, in the middle of the day too. So it was a bit challenging to get a platform, and ended up waiting like 45 minutes. I think there were 6 people already there. There's only 3 platforms, so everyone was already sharing with 2, and so if I added a third person on one of those platforms, it would just be a bit of a clusterfuck. So yeah, I guess that did help. That did bode well for how my body would be feeling today. The goal was the same that I've always had for the last 9 weeks, or I guess 9 Fridays, would be to snatch around 80, which that was there, and then keep going up if it feels good. And I want to be honest with you, the snatches felt pretty good today. Like, lower back felt fine. The technique was pretty much there for the most of it. Here's 90, pretty quick, pretty clinical. And then a little descent into madness here. This is the part where everything starts just disintegrating. It's not like sore per se, a little bit uncomfortable here and there, but I failed 95 9 times. And, honestly, like, I probably should have moved on after the first fail, but given me being stubborn, given me trying to keep the streak alive of me at least doing 95 and 120 on the Friday, this would have been the 9th Friday, right? So I basically, the streak ends at 8. And that's actually really amazing for me. I feel like I haven't gone that long lifting that heavy and that close to, like, max for that amount of time. And, like, one can say that, like, that might be detrimental as far as programming goes, but I feel like the Mondays and Wednesdays leading up to quite recently has been getting better. So if the Friday stays the same, then I'm still making quite a bit of progress. But some of these lifts are not as close as they were the lift before, and I decide to keep trying, and that is not the most wise decision I've made in the last year, but it's definitely not the worst decision I've made in the last year. So with that in mind, it's okay. Here is my last fail at 95, and I actually go on to make it the next lift. And this is like, I feel like once I've already had 4 misses, I'm already committed to making the lift. That is kind of how it feels like I'm trending towards. And, there's no reason why I couldn't have made 9 of those lifts beforehand. So Yeah, after that I moved into my clean and jerk, and this is kind of where things start to fall apart for pain. Snatches again felt pretty good. It's the reason why I kept on going. I feel like if it was even remotely painful, then I probably would have stopped sooner. But I didn't, and I made it to clean and jerks and went up to 100. There you can see it's a little bit of discomfort in my lower back, and it kind of just gets worse from here. So that was 100. This is 120 to keep the streak alive. That's like my main goal. Um, Probably a stupid goal, but it was a goal nonetheless. And I don't make any jerks of this. Actually, on this rep here, I once I failed, I was like, I'm not trying again. I'm done. But I watched the video and I'm like, damn, that was so close. What happens if I execute properly? If I don't give up on the clean as much? And so this clean was significantly better. Jerk was honestly closer, but definitely still not enough to warrant keeping the streak alive. And it's a bit upsetting to know that that's happening, but I do think that that is a very telling sign that things need to change moving forward. So for sure, I am not going to be doing this next week. 100%, 1,000,000%, I am not going to be pushing my body to the absolute limits on next Friday. Um, like this pal off press here, not this side, but with the band to my left here, was extremely painful. So just that in itself is not a good sign, right? So I'm going to definitely work towards getting healthy before I start pushing weights again. Um, I I don't think I'm going to be lifting tomorrow just because things hurt right now. Like at work, it was not good, and it is what it is. This is the end of the year, but yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shoots.